Hello. Good morning. Good morning, parents and students. Okay, we have a lot of people at meeting right now. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, come say hi to us. I think you are able to type in the chat. So you can say hi to us so that we know you're there. Let us know whether you're which level as well. Are you in primary 4, primary 5? Are you a parent or child? This is a webinar. So you will not be able to see each other. I will not be able to see you. So you could probably be having your breakfast or having some snacks while you are watching the webinar. I think this is good. Okay, keep it very relaxing. Enjoy the sessions with us. And of course, we are going to show a lot of concepts, questions that will benefit you. And I've invited some P4 GEP students to join us today. So yeah, Jacqueline, the parents asked me, P4 must attend? I think anyone can attend. Just embrace learning with an open mind, right? Even if we are presenting example 8 questions. If your child can understand 4, why not? And you take time to slowly digest and learn the other 4, next time round. Hello, Chris. Good morning. Jacqueline, are you able to see the chat?
Yes, I can see.
Yes.
Good morning to everybody. Thank you for coming in early. I can see, Teacher Faith, that we have parents as well as children amongst our midst.
Great.
Hi.
Great. How are you coping? Hello, Grandma. Thank you for coming. I love your support for your grandchildren. So awesome. Okay. This is, parents, this is one lovely grandma that I worked with for 1 year. I'm looking forward to work with you for another year. Okay. Yes. You see, when we are supporting the children, it doesn't matter what's your status. Whether you're mother, father, grandma, or even brothers, sisters, or cousin or auntie or uncle, it can be anybody, as long as we are always there to support the child in the learning journey. It would, teachers at Blue Tree would be very happy to work with you and support you in this journey. October has come and gone. When we started our webinar, we were talking about like October last year, and see, it's like so fast. A year has gone. We just finished PSLE. Hello, Ashton. Hello, Celeste. Yeah, you can share with your friends. Let your friends know so that they can join in and learn some of these maths tricks that we are going to share with you. We are not putting this on Facebook Live, so it will be a closed door sharing. Yeah, Teacher Jay, I think some of your students are in already. I
Yes,
see
I
some
can
familiar
see.
names.
Correct. Hi, Brienne, and some of them are joining. Did you kids have fun in school with your online Children's Day celebrations?
Virtual one.
Virtual.
I
No,
mean, you should
no fun. Well,
see the scene. I mean, your kids are grown up, so you didn't see it. So when I woke up this morning, my husband was Zooming with the principal. Then my 2 kids were Zooming at the dining table with a headset and laughing. I look at them. What are you doing? Children's Day celebration. Then they're just watching the video and like laughing. The teachers put in a lot of effort. They put together some montage, some videos.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes,
sweet.
yes, yeah. What would you all like to learn today? Can you type in the chat? What would you like to learn today?
Hi, Lucas. Hi, Brienne. Hi, Megan. And hi, if I didn't mention your name, sorry, the chat goes too fast. I could have missed it.
Yes.
So if Teacher Faith and I didn't mention your name, it doesn't mean we didn't notice. It's just going too fast.
I asked a question, what would you like to learn today? So some say, I don't know. And there's this very positive statement that says, everything.
Yes, I saw that. Cool.
Hey, I love you. Are you our student? Come join us, okay? Yeah, I love you because yes, we love to teach everything. And since you want to learn everything, you will definitely absorb everything. Learn
looking
about
for
Helen
Helen.
and
You're looking
Ivan. How
for...
about Jack and Faith?
Yeah, precisely. Don't want Jack and Faith. You want us out. You want Helen and Ivan.
Yes, if you know some Ivan and Helen in primary 6, welcome them, okay? Yeah, unless you're Helen and Ivan, we're going to give them like free head start, free try out head start for set 1 math and science.
You know what? Everybody is going to have a 2 Christian names now. Faith, Helen, Tan. I can't be Jack, Ivan, Chong, right?
my children turn around, look at me, Mommy, I'm Ivan. I say, but you're not 12 years old. Because they wish they could claim for that free ice cream. But don't worry, don't worry. You think that the Helen and Ivan is like very, very difficult, right? I had students who messaged me, the primary 5s, they did it, they take a photo of their solution. They sent it to me. And the parents tell me that, hey, my son solved it, you know. Why is it very difficult? I said, no. Teacher Jack, any answer to it? Why a primary 5 can solve it at home?
I think it's got to do with your mindset. I feel maybe you are stressed, maybe at the back of your mind in a national exam environment, you could be worried, how am I going to face mommy? How am I going to face daddy? You know, I'm being the child. So once you don't have the fear, you can enjoy the question. Hey, you can do it, you know. It's about enjoying the question. Later, we hope to enjoy the questions together with you.
Yeah. Okay, if you're ready, then let's get started. I am ready. So if you do have your notes with you, well, you know, it's good. If you are Blue Tree students, right, I know you do have a math journal book that we give. Like every kid has one math journal book, right? You can have that math journal book with you. It will be perfect for note taking. So join us, okay? All right, so you have heard that your seniors are done with their PSLE and you should actually chat with them, okay? Mommy, daddies, chat with the parents. I tell you, it is like, oh, the wedding is over, you know, like finally you could just rest for the night. And it was just such a great relief. And I think, seriously, if we plan it well enough, we spread out the revision over 12 months, you will not feel so tense. Okay, if we try to cram all the preparation, you know, remember when we planned for our wedding, yeah, the preparation in 2 months is just so intense. But if you start planning like way ahead and then you have checkpoints, it will help you to, you know, maintain sanity.
Then Teacher Faith, for the kids in our midst here, wedding may not be relevant to you. Maybe planning your 12-year-old birthday celebration or post PSLE celebrations. You don't want to cram it in an hour to try and get everything. So
Yes.
spread it over weeks, over months.
Yes.
Consistency.
Good point. Thank you. So over here, a little quick introduction about the founders of Blue Tree. If you are new to Blue Tree, maybe a friend just shared the link with you. Okay, so Blue Tree is founded by myself, Faith. I was a formal school teacher for 15 years, specializing in mathematics. And I had the privilege of teaching in the gifted program where I just literally specialize math. I do nothing but math only. And of course, together with my partner, Jolene, she's the science specialist. So she does nothing but science only. So that's how this two of us got together and started Blue Tree. So a lot of students that come to us will learn math and science with us. And of course, now we have a team of teachers who will learn our technique, and like Teacher Jack, who will also teach mathematics at our center. Okay. So this is Jolene. Then this is, let me get my, where is my pointer? Okay, so this is myself, and this was, I think we started webinar like all these Zoom last year. Yeah, so we're going to share with you some tips how to survive this period too. And this is Miss Jacqueline Chong. We call her Teacher Jack at the center. So if you're looking for her or her schedule in the website, look for Teacher Jack, okay? JAC. All right. She has been teaching for 18 years. A very, very experienced teacher. Okay. She is very, very patient, very encouraging. And all those students that are under her has given a lot of positive feedback. I can't say like how much they love her. Come and experience her lesson. Okay. All right. So I use this slide since beginning of the year in January, and I slowly walk the journey from January to May, and then reminding parents that in June we need to consolidate our stuff. In July we'll revise, August will be prelims, and in the blink of an eye, we have already finished this entire journey. And a new journey is about to start with our little tigers. My daughter is a tigress. So teacher Jack, if next year you see me a bit anxious, you must calm me down, okay? You're more experienced, mommy.
A new batch altogether.
Yes, so the Mumu, they call it the Mumu cow lah, okay? Yeah, the ox, they are done already with their PSLE. So this October, we're having our map, okay? And that's, of course, the event of the month. And then the journey will start here, okay? So in March, every holiday we'll have maps to keep consolidating all the heuristics, be it math or science or English or Chinese. Yeah, it's time to always just revisit what had been done in the last 3 months, the last 6 months, and then the most important things for the last 9 months, okay? So of course, October is a PSLE. So our tigers, all right, from here, October to PSLE October, how many months is that? Do you all know the answer? Can you type in the chat? How many months of preparation do you have? Oh, today is like very near Children's Day, right?
Very good. They've got the correct answers.
What did they put?
12.
Yeah, okay. Erica has a better answer. She said 10. Then another one said 11 to 12. So clever. Yes. So it is approximately 10 to 12 because 10 months will be preparation to August, your prelim. From prelim, right, to PSLE, that period of that 4 or 5 weeks is not meant to just learn another 100 heuristics. It's meant for you to hone your skills already, the refinement stage. All right. So I would say the main preparation has to be done by August and you know you're ready to go. Usually the PSLE score is very close to your prelim score, unless you do something extraordinary during that 1 month. Okay. Okay, so parents, if you're sitting with us, the P4, P3 children that you have, or maybe you have a P5 kid, and then your other children are at the lower levels, okay? And yeah, just have a look what this is going to be like. The AL system is affects the grading. So let me just split it up and show you how it's going to translate, okay? So if it's 90%, 85% in P4, it will become an AL1 and AL2. But if you're not careful and you score 84, 1 point down, you become an AL3. Okay. And just like some more careless mistake, 80%, you are at the tip of AL3 falling into AL4. So it will be quite shocking for a lot of you. Hey, my child used to be band 1. Now why AL4? Yeah, do you know what I mean now, parents? Okay, so if you can recalibrate this and readjust the expectation for your child's grades for every subject, it will be a lot better. You'll feel less tense. Okay, as I was speaking to a parent yesterday, the child is set 80 points, 80 marks for P4. So for 80 marks in P4, and you look at it in P5 and P6 marks, it will be hovering around AL3 and 4. But I'll say that it might drop to AL5 if the child do not keep to certain level of consistency. Okay? You know the demands of AL5, P5 and P6 work. So this information, like where they can go, express stream, normal stream, and stuff like IP stream, it can be easily found on the internet. You just Google AL's scoring system, PSLE AL PSLE Singapore, you'll be able to find all of this info. Okay, go ahead and read up, educate yourself, learn a bit more before you push the panic button. Online learning has started, and probably in this 2 days time, we're going to hear some more announcement that it could, I do not know, could be extended. You look at the high rates now, it's about 3,000, right, Jack?
Yes, cross
3,000 plus, right? Yeah, I think for the benefit of our children who are not vaccinated, I think it's better to keep them safe, okay? To the point that I take them out of the house, they stay in the car while I run in and pick up the groceries. I don't even let them get out into the malls. Yeah, I'm quite paranoid. my husband is already in school. Every day he might be bringing something home. I'm not very sure too. So we just have to keep our family safe. Okay, so embrace this positively. You see what I've done. I've provided a kind of a setup, and the children know I can grab a device. I go to this table. I can have my water and snack all around. I have my proper lighting. So I want them to switch on their cameras, and so they are pro like us, like me and you. Okay, like how teacher Jay and I, yeah, teach your children all these little skills. And you know, I even included my little one in that photo to show you that no matter how young they are, as long as we teach them the right skills, they will be ready to embrace online learning and handle it well. But if you don't have a plan, you may handle it this way. Okay, teacher Jack, your kids don't need this, right? No more.
You.
Yeah, so I would say that teacher Faith is not perfect lah. Okay, yeah, there are some days I'm the mother lah. Some days my husband will be the father. Okay, everyone gets scolded, then everybody goes into their Zoom. Phew, silence in the house. Then later on gets scolded. Zoom in for Blue3 lessons. Okay, so plan well. If you balance your work and home, you are positive, you will be able to handle this better. Okay, even children now, you are watching us, right? You need to have a plan. If mommy, daddy says, come, it's time for you to do work, it's time for you to do this, you must listen to them. Okay, parents are there to help you plan. If you fail to plan, right, you are planning to fail. This is said by Benjamin Franklin. Okay, somebody very great. So there must be home rules, tasks of the day, and time set for the children. The children crave for your time, so it's good to allocate some time to be with them. Okay, so this is something that I plan for my children, so that I know that, okay, I'm having lesson, they get to do this or that. Then when I am prepping dinner, you see, mom, at 6 p.m., 5 p.m., I'm prepping dinner, the children get to play. So either they run down to play or they have their own, you know, non-screen time. I'll insist non-screen time. If you follow me on my Facebook page, I did share like what happened yesterday. They were playing with Jenga and then it became a domino setup. This is my eldest one. He's in secondary school. So when I have to go to Blue3 to work, he will report to me. Okay, because I insist, please message me. I want to know what have you planned out for the day. If he doesn't sit down to plan for the day, he will end up be on the phone the whole day, right? So I just get him to just type, just generally. And of course, nobody abides it like this, 11:30 to 12 o'clock lunch. Realistically, it's 11:30 to 12:30, then delay a bit 1 o'clock, then start work. But it's better than no plan. You get it? So at the end of it, he do math, maybe he finish off will be like 3, 4 o'clock. Okay, better than nothing. All right, so ingrained responsibilities, you can do something like this for your children. These are real home situation. Okay, I'm no angel so all these things are really you know, those handwritings are my kids one. My youngest one got down to writing this, so he write down what are the things he wants, you know, for this and that, and then I'll know what to pack for them the next day. Okay, I have little toys and things like that. Be creative at home. I stop the screen time. Be very, very firm. Yeah, I monitor after Zoom, school Zoom, Blue3 Zoom, more Zoom. They still want to go YouTube. Like, no way. So at the end of the day, I'll tell them no more. You think of something that you can play with, then you're allowed to play. But if you cannot think of anything else to play, you get back to work. So immediately they become very creative. Okay, yeah, all right, do housework nothing to do housework. Okay, I have no maids at home, so they do housework. If you have maid at home, you tell your maid to rest, the kids do housework. You know why? Especially when your children have ADHD or ADD, even normal kids like us, like you and me, okay, need to move around. That movement helps them to, just relax away from work. And then when they come back to work, right, they are more positive. Hey, you see, Teacher Jack, my youngest one making the French toast.
Wow, so cool.
It's a
So
fraction lesson.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
I say cut half, then he slice into rectangle.
And it's also science in action as well.
Yes,
And they learn about absorbency, they learn about
yes,
what things float, what things sink.
yes,
So
yes. So when after he cut the bread, then I say, what if I want quarter? Then he think through, then he start cutting into quarters. And you see how precise it is, like almost half. So this is the concept of teaching and having able to draw a model and slice into half properly, because it's in a daily practice. Not that he make French toast every day. You break biscuits, you break pizza. There are so many things that you do. So, but we make it very deliberate, intentional parenting. Okay, so this is the primary 4, 5, and 6 syllabus. It gets harder each year and more has been added. And P6 year, you have like less, but the difficulty level of the things being taught in P5 increased in P6. So parents, you might want to take a screenshot of this. When I was setting PSLE papers before I left MOE, this was what's given to me. It hasn't changed much. You can actually look at the PSLE booklet at the back of it. You get somewhat a summary of the percentage. Okay, so FRP, what we call it, fraction ratio percentage, numbers, whole numbers, measurements, they are make up of about 60-65%, sometimes like maybe round off to 70%. Easier for you to remember. Okay, you will need to master this. Definitely. Today, we're going to show you some of the questions that will help you understand this better. And you can see that geometry is 12%. They are very visual question. Most students can handle visual question well because there are some clues within the diagram. But unfortunately, there's another group that is having a lot of difficulty visualizing 3D objects or anything that's pictorial. Those group of students need to put in extra effort. Yeah, it is like that. I mean, it's just like you and your husband. If you're not good at parallel parking, you're just not good at it, right? So what is the advice I can give you? Practice more. You don't avoid it. You see parallel parking, you avoid it. The more you avoid, you never get to practice or master it. So same for our children. They see it, they avoid. To the day of prelims PSLE, that's where you and I panic. Everybody panic. Then cannot visualize because blinded already, too stressed. Okay, so start practicing now. There are so many heuristics to learn. You have seen them, you have heard of them, you have like look at assessment books or anywhere you see all of this. We teach them, all these concepts in our regular lessons, and we will revisit them in the practice papers to prepare them for the upcoming exams. Okay, so preparing for PSLE 2022, are you ready? All right, I'll pass the time to Teacher Jack already. So she will share with you some of the questions from the PSLE math, okay, that seem difficult, but actually not so difficult lah.
thank you, Teacher Faith. Okay,
Nice.
just checking in on everybody. I hope you are seeing the correct screen, Teacher Faith. Okay, if it's correct screen, then I shall go on. Okay, yes. First of all, let's warm up parents as well as children in our midst. Okay, mindful that some of you are P4s, and thank you for the great attitude and effort in joining us today. So let's start with a warm up first before we get to the real deal, the PSLE famous questions. By the way, I hope at the end of the session you call us our names, not Helen and Ivan, even if you manage to solve it, okay, and find it's a breeze. Let's go. June has some orange juice which can fill 18 marks or 24 cups. When you see a question like that, what you do realize is the word or, okay? And with that word, you can actually think of using ratio. With that word, you can think of using ratio. So hold on just a moment. Let me get my, there you go. Yep. So you can read and write it down in a form of a ratio for this one, which is your marks is to your cups, 18 is to 24. So then you can go on to actually simplify this. To simplifying it is equivalent to getting the equivalent ratios that some schools talk about. So you get it simplified into 3:4. When you simplify it, it means this. Can you see the pointer I'm using? You can actually, for every 3 marks, the amount of juice you have inside can be actually poured into alternatively 4 cups. So you have an option, 3 marks or 4 cups. So that is what the equivalent ratio is telling you. And with that, then I will say, okay, let's take a look at the question here. At the question here, they are asking you, see the pointer that I'm using? Just a little while, let me bring it up. They are asking you how many cups? How many cups? That's what the question is asking. So why don't I do this? Why don't I change the marks into cups? The marks into cups. So I will say, okay, let's get it done. And there are altogether 12 marks. So I'm now changing this side to 12. And that's doing equivalent ratios of times 4. That means your cups will then be 16. Okay, your cups will then be 16. So let's go on to this one. And it says there, what do we have? 12 marks. Orange juice can be poured into 16 cups. When you read the question again, then you start thinking, okay, actually at maximum, how, because the question is asking about cups, at most, how many cups can be filled up with all the orange juice? I'm pausing for you to check. Don't you think it's this? Later, I will invite some participation with response through private chat later on. But for now, don't you think at most the orange juice can fill up 24 cups? So if that is the case, then I start thinking, if at maximum 24 cups, and if I were to replace this marks to become cups, to fill up cups, don't you think I am able to fill up 16 cups? So at most 24 cups can be filled up. If now, instead of 12 marks, I pour them into 16 cups. This is easy. That's why I'm not inviting participation. You will get 8 cups. Wouldn't that be the answer? I'm going to conserve your energy and ask you to help me with the more challenging bits later on. So that's what we did. We took the 24, we took away the 16, which actually could have gone into the 12 marks. And we realized that, okay, we can actually fill up. So sorry, I went a bit too fast. We can fill up 8 cups. And that's the answer. This is definitely not the PSLE question everybody is talking about. This is just a warm-up. Okay, and I'm going to pause a little while if you need to take a screenshot of this. The purpose of a warm-up is actually very good because it gives you the confidence that, hey, you mean to say if I know this, I am actually able to handle a challenging PSLE question? And the answer is yes. So now I'm going to go on to the second question. Is it the PSLE question yet? Let me clear this away just a little while. And I'm going to share this with you. This is the second question. Some of you will say, oh yes, not as famous as Helen and Ivan, but there are people who are talking about the storybooks as well, the large and the small. So if you haven't heard this one, it is new to you, listen in. The bookshelf can hold 30 large storybooks, or that means alternatively, you can take out all the 30 large storybooks and instead put 40 small ones. If on the shelf now, there are already, sorry, forgot to use my pointer, there you go, already 3 large storybooks and already 24 small ones. Question is asking, these are already on the bookshelf. How many more large storybooks can the bookshelf hold? So same as just now, we will start by reading and writing, large and small. 30:40, which is right up there, first sentence. Okay, it's too big a number. Reduce it, simplify it. And I will then get 3:4. Same explanation as just now. I'm using my pointer again. You can either put 3 large or you can put 4 small. Either or. Okay, so, but what is the question asking? Can you see? I will be inviting response from you very soon. Can you stay focused? Question is asking for more large storybooks. So you know what? I don't want this small ones. I don't want. I would like to change this small ones into large ones. But there are 24 small ones. So I will have to think, how does this 4 get to 24? Times 6. Okay, then let's get it done. Your question is coming up soon. So it means that now I will have this, see the pointer that I'm pointing to and showing you? This 24 small ones, I can replace them with 18 larger ones. Okay, that's what happens. Then I will say, okay, let's go on and replace it. Your question is coming up right now. Can you watch what I'm doing? Similar to just now, at first, question is asking about large. So I'm going to eyeball the large ones. This will be the maximum number of large. Your question is coming up. Stay focused. This is the maximum. The shelf can hold so many. Okay, and now I'm so happy that I managed to replace this with 18. So I'm going to say, I'm going to take away 18. This has been replaced because I don't want small books. So I have 18 large. These are 30 large. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm so happy I've got the answer. I have replaced it. And I think I can put 12 large. I need you to give me a response. Do you think this is correct? Same as what we did. I found how many we could put. I found that if I replace the small with the large, I can fit 18 large. Can you give me a response? If you think this answer is correct, you type a yes. If you think it's not correct, you type a no. You think you don't know, you type a IDK. So Teacher Faith will be checking on your responses. Let me also take a peep. Oh, wow, you are awake. A lot of you said no, but why no? Okay, if it is in a classroom setting, I would have asked the class to tell me why. But I guess you are telling me this. So yes, this question is slightly different from the earlier one because I need to take away another 3, which means the answer is 9. So you realize it is very progressive. It's the same as just now's question, except now there's something new added. So let me just show you what goes on. So there, what do we have? We found that we have this 3 large, which I intentionally forgot just now for me to check whether you are paying attention. Yes, in addition to these 24 small ones being swapped with 18 large ones, we still have the 3 large ones there. We need to take away that. You've done very well. Okay, you've done very well. And we are inching closer to the real deal. Let me just clean this up a bit for you so that if you need to get it screenshot, there you get a nice clean one. I will pause for you to take a screenshot if you need to. And now coming up next will be the real question on the large and small storybooks. The easy ones I do, the challenging bits, I shall invite you to participate and think for Teacher Faith and I. So please stay attentive. Okay, so I go on. And I'm so used to talking to kids. I'm saying that equally to parents in our midst as well. This is the PSLE 2021 question. Not as famous as Helen and Ivan, but yes, has some kids scratching their heads. Okay, here you go. The bookshelf can put 30 large storybooks. If you don't want large, you can put 45 small ones. On the shelf, there are already 3 large books. Remember just now? Okay, these are the 3 large. And it also already has 23 small ones on the bookshelf already. So these 2 are on the bookshelf. Okay, so what happens is the question is asking how many more large ones? Since the question is asking for large, it will be ideal that I clear this. I take away all this and replace them with the small ones, replace with the large ones. All right, if you're ready, let's get started. Of course, first step, read and write it down. Large, small, I'm done. Okay, stay tuned now because I have questions for you. You are supposed to help us. Okay, so go on. Of course, I will have to simplify it, and that will give us 2:3. And if you joined us late, let me just recap because it's the real deal. Okay, what this means is that if you take down 2 large books, you can replace the space with 3 small ones. This is what it means. Or when you see or, you can use ratio. Okay, so I go on now to say that then I will go on and say, okay, let's take a look at the question. The question, if you take a look at this part here, yes, remember I said, okay, we should get rid of all the small ones and change to large one. But I'm going around in circle with my pointers. You know why? I have a headache and I need your help. Can you stay and listen? How? Just now I had 4. It was easy to change to 24 because it was 4 times 6 gives me 24. Now I'm going in circles. There's no way I can do 3 times something to get me 23. I'm going to write, this is my problem. I can't have 3 times a number to get me 23. So I fret. Or should I? Should I think about it and say, okay, if I don't like this number 3, is there another number which I'm now going to tap your brains? This one don't like. Don't do it lah. Don't do 3. Is there a number? Can you grant my wish? Can you give me a number that I can multiply by something and it gives me 23? Can you private chat me this one? I don't want this. It's important to follow instructions. What number, when I multiply by another one, will give me 23? This is, I call a happy number because this number is very useful to be used. Let me just see. Wow, I have a super brilliant branch. Perfect way to go. This shall be the way we do it. I do the easy ones, you do the difficult ones, and you have totally aced it. What an amazing class. You know what? If you haven't thought about it, I'm going to show you. I'm so excited till I cannot find. There you go. The class is telling me to go change the 3 to become 1. Because 1, you can multiply by anything to get anything you want. Fantastic. So I'm going to divide by 3 and I'm going to get 1. But on the left-hand side, I'm going to be faced with a bit of a problem. So you can fret here or you can just stay calm, take a breath and think about it. I've got my wish granted. I've got the happy number 1. What about this? 2 divided by 3. Never mind, let's move on and see how it goes. Okay, we are happy with a 1 getting to 23, which is just times 23. Okay, so here you go. There. I'm going to do the times 23 for you right now. Okay, we are going to change all the small storybooks into the large ones. And which means I need to change all my 23 small ones. If you look at the ratio, it's on the right-hand side. And we have gotten the happy number 1. So we are going to get to 23. On the left side, we also do times 23. And that will give us a fraction. Now, I'm going to use my pointer. And in case you are lost here, 2 times 23 will give us 46. 46 divided, I will get this. Then you say, I solved this problem, but what about this? Okay, same concept as earlier. Question is talking about large. At most, I can fit this. But now, before I get you trick again, remember this and this. Can you see the 3 boxes I did? Okay, it means that my 30, I should take away the 3 up here. I should take away this. But I can't tear a book into 3 parts and have a third of it. What this means is that this requires space for slightly more than 15 large books. Slightly more. One method is to do this, method 1. You're going to do 30 minus 19 and you will get the answer 11. But if you couldn't think of it, don't worry, there are other methods. I show you. You can also look at it to say, I can do a subtraction. And when I do a subtraction with fraction, I'm going to get 11 and 2/3. But same concept. I can't tear a book out and fit 2/3 of a book in it. Okay. I will then say I only can put 11. A quick reminder, we do not put equivalent here. The question is not asking for rounding off. It's more of a test of your concept, knowing that we can only fit 11 large ones with some space available for you to shift the books around. Difficult? Yes? No? Would you like to give us a private chat before we get to the famous Helen and Ivan? Give us a private chat. Y for yes, N for no. No more IDK now, because after going through, it should be okay, not difficult. Some are saying okay. All right. Now, for those who are still typing yes, okay, it's still difficult. Then can I request that perhaps you can review this? Okay, maybe I will just let you do a screenshot of this so that you can review this. Okay, basically the stumbling block here would be here. People are confused with how do I make 3 to become 23. That is where your happy number 1 comes into play. And with 1, you can get anywhere you want. And if you are frozen up because of the fraction, don't. Think about the concept of the fraction. Can fit 15 and need a little bit more. That means it needs the space for 15 and a little bit more. It means you need space for 16 books. Okay, I'm done. Are we getting closer to the question? Let's go. I'm going to clear this away and I'm going to go to the question just a little while. There you go. Here. Ready? This one. Then you say, oh no, Teacher Jack, you bluffed me. There's no Helen and Ivan. Okay, that is Jack and Faith, not Jack and Jill. Jack and Faith. You know who Jack? Who Faith? Are we as famous as Helen and Ivan? You shall decide. Okay, let's go. Okay, so yeah, see our peace sign. Okay, Teacher Jack and Teacher Faith ordered, so strange to call my own name, but for the sake of teaching, why not? Ordered equal number of burgers and apple pies for Children's Day. A burger costs $5 and apple costs $2. Teacher Faith ordered 10 burgers and some apple pies. Mysterious, we don't know how many. And me, I ordered 15 burgers and I don't know how many apple pies. I'm not telling you. Who spent more? So if you look at the question like that, you see on top, equal. Oh, equal. Think carefully. Is it the money we spend? No, it's the number of items. What about the money we spend? It's different value. Some of you will be familiar with, oh, this question involves number and value. The number of items is the same, but the value is different. So how do we go about representing it? Okay, this is the one. We can start with that. And the best way to do this would be, okay, to draw a model. An equal model is easy to draw. In class, I would say I draw one very fat and thick layer cake. Too thick to put in my mouth. I cut into 2 layers and there you go. I've got 2 layers. Now we're ready to put the burgers in. Ready? Faith bought 10 burgers. Those are her 10 green burgers. Okay. Vegan burgers. Okay. Children will say, oh, okay, impossible burgers. Okay. I also bought 10 burgers. But Teacher Jack, you made a mistake. You didn't buy 10. Oh, yes. So you know what? I just wanted to be the same as Teacher Faith, 10. Now I'm going to represent my 5. Now I've got my 15. Teacher Faith got her 10. Now you look, these are colored up. So I'm going to say that these are the burgers. These are my burgers. On the right hand side, you will see some white portions of the model that are not colored up. Those were the mysterious apple pies. Okay. So take a look at this. That's how I represented it with an equal model, and bearing in mind the values are different. Okay, now I'm going to continue to show you and ask you to think. Look at this. What comes to mind when you see this? Okay, see my pointer here. this 10 burgers and this 10 burgers, because each one costs $5, wouldn't they cost the exact same amount of money? Hey, wait, I want to do something. Using that, I will then say, perhaps I use a different color. Maybe I use this lilac color, and I hope you can see it. Here, I don't know. It could be that I have 12 ham apple pies. Then Teacher Faith also could have 12. There is also 5 here because we are dealing with numbers. Hey, don't you think this 12 and this 12 apple pies should cost the same? Well, maybe we didn't buy 12. Maybe we bought this. Maybe we bought this. Don't you think whatever number of apple pies we bought, don't you think this box and this box should cost the same? Oh, cool. So if these boxes cost the same, doesn't it mean that I don't really have to look at them? I just have to look at this. You mean to say I can ignore the green and the lilac boxes? Why not? They cost the same. Question is asking who spent more. So I can just ignore them and look at the portion in the middle. Now, what does the portion in the middle tell us? We're comparing the models. And when we compare the models, what does it tell us? Okay, what it tells us is this, and I'm going to ask for your help. Are you ready? Stand by, and my question comes. Look at this one. Ignore all others. See my pointer? My pointer is there to help you. Faith bought 5 apple pies because it's white color. I bought 5 burgers. I wonder who spent more money. Can you type in private chat either F or J? No H and I allowed, please. Okay, F or J. My question again. Faith bought 5 apple pies. I bought 5 burgers. Apple pies cost $2. Burger cost $5. Let me take a peep at the private chat. Okay, now some people, okay, wow, some of you can spell my name and Teacher Faith's name in full are wonderful. Aren't you glad that the one who spent more has only 3 letters in her name? If you are spelling out in full, look at that. You know why a lot of you say that I spend more? Okay, the reason is this. 5 that cost $5 each. 5 that cost $2 each. Surely I spent more. Well done. Well done. You did it. You're ready. You could have aced part of the question of that famous Helen and Ivan. I spent more money. Okay. Now next, I would like to know how much more, because I bought the more expensive items. Okay, the burgers. So I will read the question again and try to understand. Remember, we don't look at everything else, only here. So if I look at here, I will ask myself, okay, that's me, that's Faith. Okay, I bought 5. Let's say I don't compare 5. Let's say I just compare 1. Sorry, I make a change there. If I compare the 1 burger versus the 1 apple pie, like as if we're playing a game, compared. The burger costs $5. The apple pie costs $2. Don't you think I would have spent the difference of $3 more for everyone? But now I have 5. What do you think the answer is? How much more did I spend? Can you private chat in? For everyone. Wow, you are brilliant. You are brilliant. You are totally brilliant. What an amazing class. Fantastic. Okay, so you are telling me this, I'm going to show you now. Great thinking on your part. That is one way you can think. The other way you can think is that, okay, Faith spent 5 times $2. I spent 5 times $5. I spent 25. She spent 10. And the difference is 15. So now I have presented you with 2 ways of doing it. Method 1, just working on the difference. Method 2, if you are stressed in an environment, in an exam environment, do things simply and you will get it. Well done. You are able to handle part A of the PSLE question already. Let's go on. Now, shall I clean it up for you? Maybe I don't need to because I'm presenting method 1, method 2. So if you would like to take a screenshot, please do it before we go to before we take Jack and Faith out of the picture, replaced by Helen and Ivan. Here they come. Let me clear them away first. Okay, there you go. You've seen it so many times. So I'm now going to do it. Ready? Okay, it's the same thing. So moving it. Okay, will I have questions for you? Of course, yes. So please stay focused. Okay, of course, yes. Okay, so I'm going to draw a model. It's the same number. Okay, and then instead of burgers and apple pies, we have coins. In fact, I would think this question is easier than the burgers and apple pies because it is more clear cut that there is a value of 50, there is a value of 20 compared to what is hidden behind the burger and the apple pies. So let's go. I have an equal model for the number of coins. Okay, I represented 64 for Helen. I also represented 64. I didn't make a mistake. I am going to make sure I have equal on the left-hand side first. Now I'm going to put the extra 40 inside. This will then make up my 20-cent coins for the two of them. The white color portions will then be my 50-cent coins. Got it? Hey, at this point, you take a look. Don't you think this is very similar to what we done earlier? Cool. What does this model show you? Can you look at what I'm showing you once again? Okay, look at my pointer. These two, 64 coins of 64 20-cent coins, 64 20-cent coins, confirm they are worth the same. What about this? Don't you think this should be worth the same too because I make them the same? Some will say, Teacher Jack, aren't you doing exactly twinning like what you did to earlier question? Yes. Okay, so there I'm going to look in the middle. It is the middle portion that makes a difference. It is the middle portion that makes a difference because the left side, the right side have the same value. So up there I have 40 and this is the one that I want to look at. So I will compare. I will ask, what information is this telling us? It's telling us to compare 40 coins, okay? 40 coins of what type of coins? 20 cents versus 50 cents. Hey, I don't have to write there two 50 coins here. If I compare, don't you think the difference for every one coin is 30 cents? Oh, that will be the difference for one. But I don't have one. I have 40. I'm sure you know the answer now for A. So easy, right? Could you private chat the answer in now? We are looking. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. And I actually skipped a question because I had so much confidence in you. I had so much confidence that I know that you are aware. So I skipped the question. The difference is $12. Okay, but who has more? You look, these are 50-cent coins. These are 20-cent coins. Some of you private chatted to say it's Helen who has $12 more. Wow, easy. If you are cool and calm. Helen has more money. You can do it using the difference method, 40 times 30, which I will call method 1. 40 times 30 cents, method 1. Or you can do it method 2, finding Helen, finding Ivan, and finding the difference. And there you go. Got it? Now, I'm not going to ask whether it is easy or not. I am more or less assured of your answer. But it is the B that some people are confused with. So if you want to take a screenshot, do it now before I go to B. Now, there are people who look at question B and they start mental blank out. They are unable to do. The reason is because they are used to, okay, coins, value. Burger, $5, apple pies, $2 is value. What they don't understand is that value could be for anything that is asked for in the question. Here, I'm just going to, sorry, hold it a moment. Let me just control this better for you. The next part of the question is this one. Okay, equal number of coins for B. Same question. That's why you see my model is all nicely done up for you. Okay, and it's talking about weight. Grams and kg is also another value. So in that case, I can also use same concept. So I'm going to do it faster this time round. Look at the pointer that I'm showing you. Okay, this 64 and this 64 should weigh the same. This white portion and this white portion should weigh the same because these are 20-cent coins in green. The white ones are 50-cent coins in white. Okay, so what I then need to look at is here. I just need to compare the difference of this. And if you choose and you understand method 1, you can actually say that, okay, this is what I'm going to start with. For 150-cent coin, it weighs more. So if I compare 1 for 1, the difference, I shall write it here, is 2.7 grams for 1. But I don't have 1. I have 40. So if this is for 1, if it's 40, I will take 40 times of that, and I will find the total difference. Okay, so there you go. I'll show you. Okay, so we'll compare the model, which is what I told you earlier, and I'm going to eyeball the middle portion. What information do we have? Okay, 1 unit or 1 coin is 2.7 grams. 4 units or 4 coins is 108 grams. You can convert it to kg. Reason being the question actually has kg for Helen's mass of coins. So if you look at the diagram once again, the model once again, white side, same mass, green side, same mass. The difference is in the center portion. The difference is in the center portion that contributes that. For some people, if they can't see it, they can actually, pardon the model is not very well drawn. The first part is sticking out, Helen, and Ivan. Okay, this difference here is 0.108 kg. Okay, so you can understand this by saying, oh, the question told us about Helen, coins weighing this. When you see this, you will tell me, I know the answer already, because this is the same as this. But what about the other model, Teacher Jack? Those parts that are the same are actually the green portion and the white portion added together. I just juggled it a bit and you can see it immediately. Oh, you mean it's that simple? Yes, the difference lies in the center. Helen's coins are heavier because Helen has 50-cent coins, which are naturally heavier. Ivan's coins are lighter. So I'm finding Ivan's coins, which is lighter in the model that I drew. I just did a 1.134, take away the difference, and I will get my answer. Difficult? No, if you're calm enough to realize that grams and mass is a kind of value, number times value, you can represent it in the form of a model. Okay, if you are confident that you are able to tackle these questions with a calm mind, can you private chat a yes? If you are not sure yet, can you private chat a IDK? Not confident, of course, be honest and tell us a no. Wow, lots of yes, 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 yes. If it is IDK, I have a suggestion for you. Okay, there's only so much we can do within an hour. You ask Teacher Faith, she will agree. Okay, as fast as I can talk, but consistency. If you join us weekly, I think we will be able to show you a lot clearer and with more participation from you to ensure that you understand fully. Teacher Faith, what do you think?
A lot of reminders is needed. So I think parents, you all understand that, probably something like, hey, we just did this yesterday. We just did this last week. Oh, we went through these questions in January. Why cannot remember now? Because everything that we do needs constant practice and revisiting, not just doing mathematics, even the dishes that you cook. You don't cook curry every month or every week, right? So every 6 months you cook once, you need to pull out your recipe. You need to look at the book. Maybe you need to review at some YouTube videos and see, okay, these are the steps. Oh yeah, I must buy this, I must buy that. So what more our young little children who are just packed with so much content every day. English, math, science, Chinese. By the time they hit secondary school, it's 7 subjects of content. And we expect them to remember like what? Like a sponge, absorb but cannot leak out, right? So, you know, consistency is really the key to a more, I would even say that consistency is the way to success, because it also depends, it's very subjective how you measure success, you know. Okay, so take a breather, get some water. I'm going to share my next part with you soon. Okay, thank you for the feedback that you like our video sharing. Yeah, I'll let you know if we could share probably the link, the recorded link for a short period. Okay, let me just share my screen now. You're doing great, Teacher Jack. Yes,
Class
and
is doing awesome. They really spur us on. You see how attentive they are. Their answers are spot on.
yes,
Fantastic.
their responses was like really, really good. Let me see, did I get this correct? Yep, I think this is the one. Okay, so well, we still have part 2 going on. So the first part is by Teacher Jack, and then the second part is by me. I have some visual questions to share with you. They are PSLE questions, and this one of the question, and then I'll show you similar style, how we can actually learn the tricks behind it, rather than thinking, oh, this question is very, very difficult. Okay, so continue to share out the link, the Zoom link with your friends, so that they can just quickly pop in and have a look. Now, the P4s will probably not able to comprehend this very much, because this is a P5 topic on area of triangle. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you, this is a very short question, but you know, this is the part about it, that even if you have a calculator, you can be holding on to it, staring at it, but you do not know what to key in. So this is actually quite like a little fear when my students say, yay, P5, I can use calculator. But it means that there's a lot of thinking skills involved. You know, it may not mean that every question you can use a calculator easily. So let's read the question. The perimeter of the shaded part is 4 centimeters longer than that of the unshaded part. Oh, that's all. That's all, parents. The statement. That's it. The math question. What is the length of AB? Okay, so this is where the children get stumped. Okay, this guru, my mentor, who wrote me into setting PSLE questions back then, told me that a well set question is within 3 sentences. Okay, so that was like how we spur each other, how we challenge each other. When I was back at teaching at school at Rosyth and Raffles Girls, I will try to set a question that is considered good, because I can set it within 3 sentences. Yeah, of course, you know, some questions like ratio, the statement formation is so long and you end up with like 5 or 7 sentences. Okay, so let's take a look at how I'm going to analyze the different parts of the diagram with you. Okay, this is really fun because I really enjoy making the slides. Can you see the purple line? Okay, so if you look at the perimeter of the shaded portion, it includes this purple line. Okay, and the perimeter of the unshaded region, which is actually the triangle, also includes the purple line. So it means that when you take the perimeter minus each other, that purple line will be cancelled off. Okay, so it's not used in this comparison anymore. It's just like it cancels off each other. And then now I have this line, this green line, okay, which is the base of the triangle, which is equivalent to this green, and this green. And so therefore, these two numbers will cancel off each other as well. Do you see that? Does it help you with the visual? Okay. Now we're going to look at analyze the vertical segment. As you can see, I added the blue lines, the blue vertical line, 3 centimeters, and it goes on to 3 centimeters. Now, the next part, you need to be very careful. It doesn't stretch all the way to 7 cm, because A is where it cuts off part of that 7 cm, and I drew a dotted line across the picture. And so this blue line will extend to where that dotted line is, okay, where that perforated line is. And so the blue length is equals to the other blue length, which is the AB. Are you seeing that now? Okay, so I have all the numbers, I have all the colors there to illustrate and show you how they cancel off each other. Okay, yes, we have some responses coming in. I'll carry on first. And you can see that these are the two excess. These are the two extra lengths from the shaded portion that is not found in the unshaded portion. And so therefore, this is how we conclude. Okay, I just give it a name like 1 unit, 1 unit. So these 2 units are of the same length, which is equals to that 4 centimeters. Does that help you now? Okay. 1 unit equals to 2 centimeters, and find the length of AB. So we did have some responses here. Let me have a look to see if you are very nice, very nice. Some answers are coming in a little slow because I think you are thinking. You are thinking. All right. Take a look at the numbers on the numbers on the left-hand side where the blue lines are. Okay, and then how you can extend it to the right-hand side. Yes, yes, a lot of good answers now. Okay, so AB is equals to 3 plus 3 plus 7. Okay, yeah, because 7 extends all the way right to the top. Okay, if I move away the red line, because it's covered by the red line now, it moves all the way to the top. And therefore, I need to backtrack. Okay, bring it down by 2 centimeters. Got it now? Yes, I love it when I see the comments like, oh, yeah, this is what we call the aha moments. When your children actually revise their work, okay, they will experience this aha moment, like goes like, oh, mommy, I finally understand why my -2. Oh, mommy, now I know why I must times $3. Do you understand? That is why our advice at Blue Tree to the students and parents is always revise the old work. Okay? To revise the old work, not to just keep doing new and more and more. Because the more they do, they will panic because they may not have, you know, the solutions to it. Okay? All right. Okay. Yes. Okay, very good. So another parent also made a comment, forgot to divide by 2. So can you imagine what kind of mistakes the children will make as they're sitting for the exams with a lot of tension and all? Okay, so highlighting will help, adding some colors to the diagram. I know that the school's advice is not to use highlighter and all these in their papers. I think they are referring to no highlighting of the solution. Like when you are doing the working, don't put the colors on it, but you can highlight the question. You can highlight the diagrams. Okay, I'll go on to the next part of the question. I love the next part. The next part says that, let me just move this. Okay, what is the area of the shaded part? The tricky portion to this is that the shaded part is not of any shapes that we know of, like the formula. It looks like triangles, but they're not triangles, right? Okay, so that's where your child needs to put out their pencil and draw and add on lines and cut up the diagram. Okay, so I've added this blue rectangle, another blue rectangle, and then you can see there's another mini rectangle at the side. So there's this small, medium, large rectangle. Do you see it better now holistically, rather than zooming in and focusing on the shaded part that you don't have a formula to it? Okay, at Blue Tree, this is the technique we use. They're distracting you. Look at the shaded part, but actually you should find the unshaded part. The unshaded is easier. They will always ask you to find the boys, but the girls is easier to find. Think about it, parents. Okay, so when you have such tips and tricks up your sleeves, you'll be easier to guide your child. Instead of saying, why you don't know how to find? Look again, think, what's the answer? Cannot. They need some hint to guide them along. So remember this very important tip here. To find shaded, all right, look at the unshaded. Have a look at the unshaded. It might just be another aha moment, okay? So the unshaded, I put it in pink to match my blue bubble in pink. This is the portion we need to find. So the area of the big triangle will be half times 14 times 11, okay? 14 is let me see. Did I put it there? Okay. So the 14 refers to 2 plus 4 plus 8. And after which I need to find the area of the 3 rectangles. Okay, I remove the pink so that you can see the 3 rectangles again. Okay, I combine the work because of my limited presentation space here. But in your child's work, feel free to break it up. Okay, find the large one. All right, 13 times 8. Okay, wait a minute. 13 times 8, your child may accidentally take 11 times 8 because they just found the answer 11, but they forgot that the rectangle extends all the way right up to the rooftop. Yes, so which is like 3 plus 3 plus the 7. Okay, so that's 13 times 8. Then 4 times 6 is the middle, middle rectangle or the medium rectangle. And then the smallest rectangle will be 3 by 2. So when you put the numbers together, you have 134 square centimeters. Okay. Yeah, listen to the way I say it. It's square centimeters, not cm square. Okay. This is the right way of reading that unit. So next, how to find the area of the unshaded. We all know this now. The children learn this in primary 4. Okay, PSLE is not made to be difficult. It's made for you to test your understanding of what you have learned previously. So this area of unshaded is taking the whole figure minus one portion to get the other portion. This idea is called part whole, right? Two parts make one whole. So the unshaded plus shaded makes one whole. 134 minus 77, which is the area of the triangle I found here. All right, that will give you the answer 57. Do you understand the solution? I would like you to take a different perspective when you're looking at how I present a question. It's not about, oh, I need the answer to this. More like how we solve it. How do we help the children step by step to understand it, okay, and to make it more meaningful so that they can apply this to the next question, to the next and next. Because you won't see the exact same diagram the next PSLE again. The diagram may change, right? So I'm going to show you another question that's related to area and perimeter. A lot of students stump over questions like this. Similarly, only 3 sentences. Okay, I'm telling you the rectangle MNOP has an area of 64. This is not a square, mind you. So if it's a square, the children will know what to do. They will do square root 64 and tell me the length is 8. However, one notch up, right? I'll tell you this is a rectangle and you need to find the area of the shaded triangle, right? So what's the blue tree trick here? It's easier to find the unshaded part. Then the next thing is the children ask, so what's the length and breadth? There's no numbers. Am I supposed to guess? Am I supposed to like put in some numbers? Maybe they missed out a sentence. Missing information cannot be solved, right? So what is the trick behind this? Okay, in our lessons, we teach our pupils some of the tricks that are not taught in school as well. How I know? Because I came from school. I used to teach in school. I teach in 3 different schools for 15 years. Some of these math tricks are really not taught in school because it's not in the My Pals worksheet, it's not in Shaping Math. It's because of my years of accumulative math question exposure. Then I'm able to sieve out some of these things and put it into, the program. I'm going to show you how we teach our children to look at this diagram, okay? So to put that question aside, just focus on this diagram, okay, parents? Don't worry about copying notes. You take a photograph after I presented on this slide, okay? You don't have to copy anything now. Just focus on watching this entire animation, okay? Now, I'm just going to give you a fake number, All right, it can be, you can put in any numbers later. After the webinar, you go and try out yourself. You can put 10 cm, 20 cm, 100 cm, you can put any number and it still work. This is 6 centimeters, okay? And the height, I will break it up into 2 parts, 4 centimeters because of the left-hand side MQ and QP. All right, and I've chosen even numbers because I need to find triangles half times base times height. Let's make this presentation easy. My objective is to let you see a very interesting observation at the end of this presentation, okay? If you slice the diagram across from Q, okay, you will be able to see that there's this yellow triangle up there, all right? And the area is half times 12 times 4. Just analyze it, okay? Don't copy the question. Later you take a photo, you'll be faster. Got it? Okay. Now, and take a look at this yellow triangle. Since I have the numbers, right? So it goes like half, oh yeah, and another vertical line. And you can see that it is like 1/8 of the diagram that is shaded, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So it goes like half times 6 times 4. Okay, pause a while for you to visualize because some people are faster at visualizing. Some people take time to analyze it. Got it? Okay. Next part. There's another triangle on this side. This left is slightly bigger. You could see that after I put the blue perforated line and the green perforated line, this last big slab of yellow triangle is actually a quarter of the whole rectangle. Okay, so the area of this triangle is half times 6 times 8. So you do see that the two triangles there make up 24. And then there's one that is 12. There are many ways of solving this. And some students who are more visual learners are able to see some connections now. Now that I've put in some colors to it, they know how to use cut and paste approach. And they could actually tell me what fraction of the rectangle is shaded. Okay, but for teaching purpose, I'm going to go a little bit more to support with evidence using numbers. So the area of the whole big rectangle will be 12 by 8. Agree? The unshaded portion, let's add them up together. 24, 24, and that little one, 12. And you get 60. So in order to find the shaded portion, right, like I once mentioned, they ask you to find the shaded, the children will all zoom in and stare at the shaded triangle and wonder where's the base and height. There isn't. So you need to look at the unshaded. So therefore, I use the big shade, the big rectangle 96 minus the unshaded portion, which is the yellow region, and I get the answer 36. Okay, so are you ready for this moment, the aha moment? I'm very sure you have never learned this before. All right, the fraction shaded is 36 out of the whole diagram 96. And when you reduce to the lowest term, of course, I'm trying to break it down like pretend I don't have a calculator. I divide by 6 and then I divide by 2 again. It's 3/8. This triangle in the middle is 3/8 of the entire rectangle. Take a photo now. You're now ready to take a photo of this slide. Okay, and you can spend time this evening, take out a rough piece of paper, and then you put in some random numbers and try out. And after which you can jot it into your maths journal book. Okay, accumulate it and keep it for your primary 6 review. You need it. Always tested this question. Yeah. Okay, so if you already know that this diagram, which is the original math question I showed you, is 3/8 shaded, right? Then now you know the portion. So those pupils who know this math is able to solve it like that. Like, I know this 3/8. Just like how some students look at the diagram and say, hey, I know this is how shaded. So if you know some tricks behind it, your solving is this easy. Just like all the questions that Teacher Jack has showed you earlier. If you know some tricks behind it, you draw a model And then you see that difference and you're able to solve it so easily. And today, the objective of our presentation is to show you that math can be done easily if you know some math tricks behind it. Okay, it's not about like practicing 100 exam practice papers and not scoring a certain mark that you wish for, you know. Yeah, you need to know the tricks. Work smart. Not just work hard, you need to work smart as well. Okay. Now, this is another PSLE question. Okay, I would like to let you have a look. It's always tested this type. Okay, there were some brown and green beads in a box, and the green beads were 40% of the total number. Okay, after some yellow beads were added, the number of green beads is 26% of the total number of beads. What percentage of the beads are yellow? Okay, this is the math question. So the kids are very afraid when they see a percentage that is a bit out of the norm. Not 40, not 20, 25, 10, 50, they are okay. But if 26, 37, 52, they get a bit frightened. So always change it into fraction. Now, I've written this question again. Parents, have a look. You may take a photograph of it. And you'll see that this concept has been taught in primary 4. Just that maybe they don't use 13/50. They use maybe like half, 1/3, 3/4, something very easy for the kids because they don't have a calculator to handle. But what I'm telling you is that this question stem has been taught at lower level. So by primary 6, why is it the children can't do it? Impossible, right? Yeah. So because they don't see the link, percentage and fractions are totally related. Take a photo and you can dig out some of the percentage questions and slowly change them into fraction. And then you see that it looks very familiar to you because last year you went through with them for the exams already. Okay. All right. So FRP, fraction, ratio, percentage. I have to list it in this manner because progressively they learn this way. Primary 4, they learn fraction. By P5, they learn ratio first, then they learn percentage. FRP is taught in this sequence, okay? Now, let's read and write how to solve this question easily. There are many ways of solving. I think this is the best. At Blue Tree, we use the tic-tac-toe approach. I used tic-tac-toe from my teaching days like 20 years ago at MOE. So back then when I draw on the whiteboard, not chalkboard, whiteboard, my students will go like, hey, tic-tac-toe. And from there, we have been using tic-tac-toe, even my GB students, and that was how they managed to do very well. Even those who don't do very well, they actually improve in their math. Yeah, I had one classic story. This girl who always scores 7, starting from fail, and then she slowly climbed up to 60 to 70, and then she scored her A star in PSLE. Why A star? Because she's an old batch student, and today she's already studying law and called to the bar already. So yeah, they will definitely see improvement if they persevere. Okay, and with the right teaching techniques here. So I'm going to write green is to others. And then on the left-hand side, we write start, change, end. Some students learn it as before, change, after. So at Blue Tree, we accept it because we want to complement your child's learning in school. We don't want the children to go back to school and say, very different. Yeah, we accept it. Some schools teach it as a BCA, so we will allow them to write BCA. Okay, why the lines is actually ratio, but we put in the lines to put the info into the correct compartment, like shelving, so that they don't overrun into another region, so that they get the numbers all mixed up. Okay, so 2:3, this is crucial. You can see that 40% has been changed into 2/5, but 5 refers to the total beats. So 3 must be the others. No change to the green, they added the yellow. So that means inside the others compartment, our plus yellow, okay? And the green will stay put as 13 units. That's a numerator of this fraction here. And then 50 is the total again. So I need to take 50 minus 13, and then I have 37. Okay, so what is this concept that they have learned? You need to identify the concept. You need to understand what is happening, right? So the concept is one side unchanged. The green beads did not change from beginning to the end. They learned this concept in primary 4, but dealing with smaller numbers. Okay, so it's not just a P5, it's actually P4, they had a teaser of it already. Then they write on to P5, they have a ratio and percentage tag to it. So you need to rework a new ratio. Okay, so if the first ratio space is limited, then we write a new one. Keep it neat and nice so that you can reference it easily. So the top ratio, I will times 13, and then the bottom ratio, I will times 2 to ensure that I have 26 units for both the greens, beginning and end, starting and ending. You got it now? You could see that the yellow beads added is actually a subtraction of 74 minus 39. And if you're looking for the percentage of the beads that are yellow, it will be over the total number. Now, this is where it is important. The pupils will refer back to the tic-tac-toe table and see that the numbers is 26 plus 74. If not, the children may accidentally take 26 plus 39. The tic-tac-toe table with headers is very useful for referencing and checking of work. So this will eliminate careless mistakes. After which, you will find that the answer is 35 over 100. You multiply by 100%, the answer is 35%. Okay, the explanation is long, but when the students know this really well, this particular question, you can execute it in 2 minutes. Within 5 minutes, okay? For a very fluent student, very fluent in math concepts, within 2 minutes, it can be done. Sometimes within 1 minute, depending on the student's ability, okay? You're welcome to take a picture of this. Okay, sorry for the overrun. We are going to finish up soon. Thank you. How's the chat? I've been busy teaching, so I didn't look at the chat. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good, good, good. Yeah, I hope you are learning something. These are all in our lessons. Those in my EXP class, we have it all as well. Okay, you just need to revise your work. All right, let's go. So you need to lay a good foundation, okay? So don't just only like work hard 2 weeks before the exam. Good, you see you have very good results like the leaves, but actually your foundation is actually weak, which means that the next exam come, you might just dip again because you totally forgot what you had learned 6 months ago or 3 months ago. So laying a foundation is really very important because even when you're emotionally very stressed or what, you can easily pull back all those things that you have learned previously. Okay, many students have given us good feedback that they improved a lot. I even had students who just attend our holiday program, like our MAPS program in March, in June, in September, October, and they said they just help them to revise all the things that they have learned. Okay, so these are the concepts, the topics you need to place a lot of emphasis on. There are so many heuristics to learn in this map. You can actually find out more from our website. You could just go to bluetreeeducation.com. You click on holiday programs, or you click on, I think there's a button on the top right hand corner that says book now or booking. You just click on it and it will lead you into this map. So some parents ask me, what is MAP? MAP stands for Marks Accelerator Program. So you want a 5-mark improvement, 10-mark improvement. Of course, it comes with practice. After the MAP, must still practice the question again. Okay. Yeah. It's not like a miracle class. You go in, then 60 become 90 marks overnight. You need to practice the questions. This is very, very true. Okay, parents and children. People won't see your struggles. They will only see your success. So I have my students who tell me, my friend never study one, always score 100 for maths. You sure your friend never study? You very, very sure he never studied at all, right? Impossible. Everybody needs to put in their fair share of struggles. It's just that you don't see it, right? So which step are you at today? All right, I want to do it. How do I do it? You can look for Teacher Jack. And we will show you how we do it. All right. And we will, together with you, help you try to do it. Eventually, you'll get to, I can do it, I will do it. And by the day is of your PSLE, you say, yes, I did it. This is the confidence level that we want to impart, okay, let you have. One of the most powerful truths we can offer our children is the knowledge that we are all still learning. We are all still learning every day. Okay, Teacher Jay and I are always analyzing questions. Hey, how to make it simpler? There are so many ways of solving. I can also make it very difficult to solve for you. But what is the point? If I can do it in 5 steps, why am I showing you in 10 or 15 steps? So are you willing to learn the easier way? Are you willing to learn new methods with us? Right? So come and join us. We have our discussion group, math discussion group, science discussion group. We have posted a lot of videos on YouTube as well. But because we spend a lot of time in classroom teaching, so I can't post a lot of YouTube videos every day, but we are trying. So we will conduct a lot of webinars whereby we can do live sharing, interactions, and you get to see how we teach in class. Definitely in class, we don't teach so fast. We slow down a bit more. We check in with the students. The students will ask questions. There'll be interactions. So this is how things are a little different on webinar and in classroom basis. Okay, we thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Can you please type in your chat some words of encouragement? Do you like what you're seeing? Would you like to have more? Okay, yeah, please encourage Teacher Jack if you like her presentation. Thank you very much. Jennifer says, thank you so much. Really learned a lot. Appreciate all your effort. Yes, I appreciate your attendance as well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I absolutely like to have more. Teacher Jack, they would like to have more.
Willing learners, willing teachers.
Yes, it says, hello, I'll see you on Tuesday. Yes, I'll see you on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday is our regular excellence program for the high ability students. We were going to have a similar one for the primary sixers. So if you haven't heard about it, please drop us an email. I know. Yes, science webinar is coming up, but it will be look out for our space. Okay, if you're not in our mailing list already, please drop us an email. We'll put it in our mailing list. Where science webinar should be happening next week. Yeah. Thank you, Edward, for your encouragement. It says like Teacher Jack and Teacher Faye's presentation. This is actually, if you have done PowerPoint before, you have done a performance before, you will definitely know. Okay. What do they say? 台下3年啊，台上3分钟啊。You know, behind the scene, there's a lot of struggles. 3 days of setting up these PowerPoints, and then we just present it like this in what, 1.5 hours. Okay, thank you very much. We are very happy to know that you have benefited from the session. Teacher Jack,
yes.
a parent says this is the first time I've attended a presentation by Teacher Jack. I like her.
New face, new face, new face. Credit goes to the people who are here because they're so responsive. They really spur us on. Okay, so credit goes to everybody.
台上1分钟，台下10年功啊，10年钟。Yes. So similarly, in order for your children to go for whatever exams or competition or PSLE, you know, it is the effort that you know, don't try to compact it in 2 weeks or 2 months. It's just really, really very, very, very stressful. Yeah, just spread it out so that you enjoy the entire journey. You have time to play, to breathe, and to look at the flowers and learn at the same time. Your children absorb best at that moment. Every month learn a concept, every week learn a little concept, and by the time it is the day for show time, you have accumulated a lot. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you for all the encouragement. We will strive to do better and have fun with your kids.
Yes, a lot of positive what do you call it? Comments. Yeah, Teacher Jack, let's take a photo together. Can you give me a smile, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for everybody.
You all.
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Children's Day.
Yes, that's a good reminder. Yeah, I'm going to just look out for our space, and then we are going to post get more of these webinars up together. Okay. All right. Have a good afternoon.
Bye, everybody.
Take a few of these chats. encouraging chats. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to us. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Have a good day. Thank you, Teacher Jack.
Thank you, Teacher Faith, and thank you everybody for making it so fun.
Enjoy your lunch. Goodbye.
Goodbye.